Okay, what's up, everybody? So, thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Academy, where I teach people to buy investment properties by becoming the bank. All right, you can do it with little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks. We have been lied to, guys, with real estate. The traditional way of doing real estate, that's prehistoric. That's old news. And that is the lie that we were told. All right. Maybe it was for good reason. I don't know, but I do know it's not true. All right. So tonight, what I'm talking to you about is three investing strategies that you can use to buy investment properties with little to no money and no credit checks. I'm going to give you three specific strategies. All right. Sorry, guys. That's my head executive coach. Anyway, I'm going to give you three specific strategies that you can use that I use, man. And I own 7 houses. All right. I've done 7 transactions in my city. Then in about a year, it's been almost about a year and a half, I think. No, a year and 4 months since I learned this strategy. And altogether, I've done like 24 or 26 transactions around the country, counting the ones in my city as well. So it has changed my entire life. All right. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Um, I want you to hit that like button. All right. And if you feel like I bring you some value, consider subscribing to my channel. All right. Or you can just be a player about it. You know what I mean? Subscribe. Hey, so thanks for joining me tonight, though. If you guys have questions, make sure you put them in the comments and put where you're from. All right. I'm a small town guy from Iowa. I like to know where people are from watching. So thank you for joining me. And let's get into this. It's thick tonight.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end, we some no quitters. Knock it out the park, we for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere, that's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves, cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance, bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients, now that's a dope recipe.
All right. Hey, I'm ready to get it in tonight. I got some game for you guys. So tonight, again, I'm going to talk to you about 3 strategies that you can use. I mean, you can actually use these strategies. These are investing strategies. And I don't want to say that they're little known strategies because they're really not, right? I believe if you're into real estate at all, you have heard of some of these strategies. All right. You just haven't put two and two together because of that gap in information. And that is intentional, in my opinion. All right. So I'm here to tell you, right? The life that I live right now is I don't go into a bank and fill out credit applications, show my W-2s, show proof of income, and qualify for a mortgage to buy an investment property. I will not do that. I refuse to do it ever since I learned this strategy. All right. And it's what is really put out there to the masses. And one of my mentors says, maybe it was to create jobs, right? An industry, realtors, appraisers, inspectors, I mean, maybe that's what it was for. And I'm not knocking them. I want people to have jobs. I want people to have income, but I don't want people to be exploited either. So once I found this knowledge, I felt like it was my duty to get this knowledge out to the everyday people. And I'm going to give you actionable knowledge that you can use to actually close these transactions. All right. So let's dive in, guys. One, what I want to ask you is, do you guys know of any, creative strategies that we can use? I got a picture of Nipsey Hussle right here, man. That's my guy. He's a real one. And I did a Instagram reel about him and Gary V. For those of you that know Gary V, man, he's the man. He and Gary V were having a conversation, and in that conversation, they were in Nipsey Hussle's studio. And so Gary V asked him about it. He's like, hey, you know, um, tell me about your studio. Do you own the place or what? And then Nipsey went on his story, man. He was like, nah, we don't own it. He's like, man, I got beat. I got beat. We were leasing it from a guy, and he said, I didn't know that we were subleasing it. So we did a bunch of work to it. We improved it. We painted it. We were going to make it ours because we were going to buy it. Well, the true owner of the place comes back and says, well, no, you guys don't own this. And I haven't been getting any money. So I need my place back. And Nipsey's like, what? We've been paying every month. So he says he went to court. And I got this on video, man, because I did like the little duet thing or whatever with it. Um, Believe it or not, guys, I'm not that good at social media. Straight up. I just tell my stories, man, and give some knowledge, and people like it. I don't know what I'm doing on that thing. Anyway, Nipsey says, man, I got whooped in the courtroom, man. The judge whooped me. Like, I didn't stand a chance. And guys, what he was talking about was a strategy that we use. It's called a sandwich lease option. So I'm gonna get into that as one of the strategies. But I'm looking for something on my computer here real quick. There it is. Um, I'm going to get into that strategy, but when used correctly, man, you can use this to get rich, to get wealthy though. Like not just rich like with a little bit of money, but actually freaking wealthy. You just really have to be a creative problem solver, all right? And you have to have the knowledge. I call it a transaction architect. If you can be a transaction architect, hey, there isn't a thing that you can't do when you're a transaction architect and you have the knowledge of the types of transactions that we can actually do. Oh man, I love it. All right, so let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, dive right into this thing, man. Let me see who's on here tonight, man. Who's all with me? You guys drop some. Hey, okay, I got my guy Nick Bravo. I got Janice Rivera. Goal getter Jan Jan. That's what's up on the live. I'm glad I didn't miss it. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here, Janice. Where you from, Jan Jan? Where you from? No, I didn't see you put that on there. All right, let me share my screen with you guys because I got these little presentations now, man. Some of them anyway. I don't make them. My assistant makes them. I don't even know how to do the shit. That's sad, ain't it? Got all this technology. I don't even know how to use it. Terrible. Make sure you guys can see this. Hey, it's on here. All right, guys. Guys, if you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments so that I can answer them on the second half of the show. Don't know how long I'm going to be on here tonight, but I keep hitting the wrong thing. That's why. All right. So, the three types of creative financing. Man, I'm telling you, I love this. I freaking love it. It is my life because it has changed my entire life. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I've been watching a lot of Myron Golden lately, and he says, with the information age, it is really now the easiest time in history to become wealthy. And I mean wealthy, not just rich, because there's absolutely a difference, right? But the thing that's going to differentiate you is who learns the fastest, because everybody has access to the information, but who is going to learn it the fastest? So if you feel like you can go to YouTube University, like I did, I went to YouTube University. That's where I started, right? But I had to spend some money too. I had to buy contracts, I had to buy negotiating, and then I got to mentors, man. But the first strategy, all right, one, let's talk about this, man. You don't need to borrow money. You don't have to fill out credit applications or use realtors to buy properties. And I know that it sounds crazy, especially if I've got new viewers on here. All right. And hey, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you feel like I bring you some value. All right. But I know that it sounds crazy, guys, because it seems as if it is crazy because of what we've been taught. But just like my mentor showed me, I'm going to show you that that is absolutely a lie. And here is how. All right. The first type of transaction it's called subject to the existing financing, meaning we are going to take over an existing mortgage. And we don't personally guarantee that debt, guys, with the subject to. And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to show you real quick here. Let me get up out of here. Let me show you all this. This is the Barron's Real Estate Dictionary. All right. If you are in real estate, you better have you one of these. Okay. So this is where I pulled these definitions from. All right. So just so you guys know, I'm not just pulling this stuff out of the sky. Now, the first term, subject to the existing financing. This is what it says in the Barron's Real Estate Dictionary. Subject to means a circumstance in which a buyer takes title to mortgaged real property, but is not personally liable for the payment of the amount due. The buyer must make payments in order to keep the property. However, with default, only the buyer's equity in that property is lost. All right. So let me break this down into layman's terms. What that's saying is, one, I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's like this. All right. It's when you go buy a car from the car dealership and you borrow the money from a bank to buy that car, well, the bank's name is on the title to that car. So if you sell that, if you want to go sell that car, you have to pay that bank off first before you can transfer the title to that car into the buyer's name. Well, with a house, it's not like that. It is completely different because the mortgage is on the person. It's under the person's name. The house is just collateral. So you can transfer the deed to that house as many times as you want. As many times as you want. All right. While that debt stays in the original owner's name, as long as you are making payments on that mortgage. So that's what that definition is saying, right? So it says right here, the buyer must make payments in order to keep the property. However, with default, only the buyer's equity in that property is lost. So what that means, guys, is when you take over somebody's mortgage, all right, if you don't make the payments, the bank will foreclose on that house and take that house back. So what you would stand to lose are the payments that you have made up to that point. Okay. And then any repairs that you might have made, you're going to lose that because the house is going to be taken back by the bank. Now, when we get into this, obviously we're not going to let a person's house get taken because there's so many different ways that we can sell it. We can assign it. I mean, there's a lot that we can do. But that's what's at stake because our credit is not on the line here. We don't have to go qualify for that debt, guys. We don't have to qualify for that debt. All right. Now, the next thing, and guys, if you have questions about this strategy, put them in the comments and I got you. Now, this is what I was talking about with Nipsey. All right. A sandwich lease option. This is what it means. Lease held by lessee who becomes a lessor by subletting. I know that doesn't even sound like English. Typically, the sandwich leaseholder is neither the owner nor the user of the property. Now, what that means for those that don't know, sandwich lease option is a creative financing term, right? So we've got subject to where the deed to the house actually gets transferred into our name. All right. So the deed to that house is in our name, but the debt stays with the seller. We just have to service that debt. All right. And we don't even do that out of our pocket, man. We're making money. It's almost like, guys, we get paid to own investment properties. Yeah. Somebody pays us to take over their debt. It's amazing, dude. Like it is freaking mind blowing. So with a sandwich lease option, though, it's like my mentors say, own nothing and control everything. All right. So with a lease, we don't own that property. All right. We are merely leasing it. We control it. And that's what it's about. That's what the wealthy and the elite do. They own nothing, but they control everything. And there's so many different strategies that you can use for control. One of ours that we love to use is buying in land trust, but I'm not going to dive into that tonight. That's a whole nother subject. So with a sandwich lease option, this is how it works. All right. And this is why they call it a sandwich lease, because the seller, right, is one piece of bread. Okay. And then us as the first buyer to get it under contract, we are the meat in that sandwich. And then our buyer, they are the other piece of bread. So we're the meat in the middle of those two pieces of bread that hold that deal together. So this is how you do this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a little illustration with my whiteboard for y'all tonight, man. Just cause I mess with y'all, man. I love y'all. So I'm going to give you guys some game. Let me see. Make sure you guys can see this. Okay. All right. Now, a sandwich lease option, guys. Sandwich lease option. We have our seller, right? We've got the seller. Can you guys see that? Let me use black. We've got the seller, all right? So we go to our seller and then we negotiate a deal. We tell them, hey, we want to buy this house from you and we want to turn you into a real estate investor. So how about this? We'll give you a $5,000 down payment. Then we'll give you $1,000 a month, all right? So this is us. This is us, okay? So seller to us, 5K down payment, and then 1,000, 1K a month, monthly. Next, once we get that under contract, we always give ourselves 30 to 45 days to close on that transaction, all right? Hey, there we go. There we go. Get that camera in close for you guys. Now, we've got it under contract, so we have control of this property. Own nothing, control everything. Now what we do is we market this property to find a buyer, right? So our buyer is here. We tell the buyer that we will sell them this house, all right? And they are getting a lease assignment along with a tenancy agreement. We will sell them this house with an option, right? An option to buy. We set that option out for either 3 years or 5 years. We have to match what we told our seller, but we're going to tell our buyer we want 10,000 down and we want 1,400 a month for this property. Now, obviously, we have to make sure that the property can pull in that amount a month, all right? But what happens is we get the 10,000, the buyer pays us 10,000 and they're paying us 1,400 a month. Now, out of that 10,000, we're going to take 5,000 out of that. We're going to pay the seller here, right? Boom. Then out of the 1,400 a month, we're going to pay the 1,000 a month, all right? So that leaves us $400 a month cash flow along with an additional $5,000 on that down payment. So we continue to make that $400 a month, guys. And guess what? We're not responsible for the maintenance or the repairs on that. We're not responsible for maintenance or repairs, guys. It's glorious. You can't beat it. So I just showed you how you can go get a house for free, guys. And the best part about it is this. So listen to me. You can use a lease option. I just told you the story about Nipsey Hussle. The lease options happen all the time with commercial properties, right? Have you guys ever heard of subleasing? That's the same thing as a sandwich lease. Same thing as a sandwich lease. Have you guys ever heard of Airbnb arbitrage, rental arbitrage? That's all they're doing. A person that is a problem solver will go to a landlord that has a good Airbnb property and say, hey, Mr. Landlord, guess what I can do for you? I can make you an investor where you will not be responsible for the maintenance or the repairs. And that $1,000 you're getting a month for rent right now, I'll get it at $1,200. You let me rent this property, lease this property from you. I will not be staying here, so I will not be the tenant, and I am going to sublease this property. Short-term rental. I'm going to turn it into a short-term rental. Then you go out, you put it on Airbnb, and guess what? Now you're making that monthly income. You're making that monthly cash flow, man. You cannot beat this with a freaking baseball bat, dude. I love it. I love it. That is an exit strategy too, guys. So I'm going to give you a high-level pro tip here. The same way that we buy, guess what? We can sell. All right. Now, so that's two. Sandwich lease option is two. You got subject to, and then you got a sandwich lease option. Third, a land contract, guys. And they call it a land contract in Barron's, but it's also known as a few different things. All right. So a land contract is a real estate installment selling arrangement whereby the buyer may use, occupy, and enjoy land or property, but no deed is given by the seller. So no title passes until all or a specified part of the sale price has been paid. This is the same as a contract for deed and an installment land contract. All right. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, is another form of creative financing, but it's also another form of the own nothing, control everything tactic. Now, I love buying on contract, guys, because with a subject to, you've got to go to the title company, you've got to do the deed transfer, you got to go through closing, all of that stuff, right? But when you buy on contract, guess what? You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that until you exercise that option, until you pay that contract off and you get ready to do the deed transfer. So that's why it's my favorite transaction. I just got a house, man, last Friday. All right, not this past Friday, but the one before that. The house is worth 241,000. I'm taking over a mortgage of 166,000. All right, and then I'm paying out the seller 20,000 when I take possession of the house on September 1st. Then I'm going to pay her another 10,000 of her equity after we fix it up and sell it. So that's $30,000, and then we're taking over that $166,000 mortgage. So that's 196. That house is worth 241, guys, and it's in great shape. Okay. I bought it on contract. We signed the paperwork, had the notary there. I had my mobile notary come over, notarize the documents. I took those contracts, I went downtown and I recorded them. Now it's on public record that I have control of this property. The only thing that I don't have, just like it says in this definition, is I don't have the deed. That's it. But I have complete and utter control of this property. I can go sell it on the MLS. I can rent it out. I can lease option it out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another rent to own strategy on it. I'm going to lease option it on my exit strategy. And I'm going to get the last house I just sold a few weeks ago. I got a $40,000 down payment. Well, this is another beautiful house where I'm going to get another $40,000 down payment. Guys, can you imagine? I haven't stepped foot in a bank not once since I bought these 7 houses. Not once to go in there and beg for money with my hat in my hand, hoping that they're going to finance my dream of financial freedom. Is that not freaking amazing? Think about it. Think about it. Could you imagine yourself being able to buy investment properties by merely going and negotiating with the seller, figuring out what their problem is, figuring out what it is they want to achieve, and then we become a transaction architect that gets them from that pain, right, to the pleasure. And we do it with a real estate transaction. That's how I got the last house, guys. I became a transaction architect when I found out what her pain was. Her pain was she had to borrow $20,000, a bridge loan for the new house that they had gotten to pay the closing costs and to pay their moving expenses. Well, what it was is like a home equity line of credit. And she said, I'll have to start paying interest on it as soon as we start using it. We're already approved for it. And I said, oh, you don't want to pay the interest? She said, yeah, we don't want to pay that interest. I said, you know what? I don't see any problems with us being able to give you a $20,000 down payment towards your equity. And then we will make your mortgage payments for you while we fix the house up and sell it. I said, I'll have to clear it with my committee first, but I'm pretty certain that we can get that done. And I said, what that'll do, Kylie, is that'll allow us to be able to give you more money, because then I don't have to go to the bank and borrow the whole 166,000 to pay off your existing mortgage and then the other 20,000 to pay you out that equity. Because if I borrow that from a bank, I'm going to have to pay points, I'm going to have to pay origination fees, I'm going to have to pay interest, and we're a business, Kylie. So we've got to make a profit. So all of those costs that the bank put on us, we have to calculate that into our offer. So that means I would be able to offer you less. And I said, does that make sense to you, Kylie? And she, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm like, oh, as soon as she said that, I was like, got another one, man. And this house, guys, it's over by my high school, man, that I went to. It's freaking Dude, I'm telling you now. I'm trying to tell y'all now. You guys are going to see this house. I'm taking possession of it September 1st, man. Beautiful. So, guys, do you have any questions? If you do have questions, please put them in the comments. Put where you're from, and I'll answer them for you. So, Nick Bravo. Nick is from Nebraska too, guys. He's one of my regular viewers. Nick, appreciate you, man, for popping in. So, Nick says, I have a question about liens, pay the taxes, file quiet title, etc. Do you have some videos on doing liens? Well, I mean, it just depends on the lien, man. You know what I mean? But you can always negotiate liens if they're in second place, right? If they're in second place, a mortgage is usually in first place. Okay, you can come say hi, everybody. I love you, honey.
Good night, everybody.
Yay. There's nobody on there watching this time. I'm not coaching my students.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. You go to bed, honey? Yeah, they're not on here watching me, honey. See, it's just daddy. Give me a kiss.
Daddy.
Yeah. I love you. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. I love you. I'll be up there in a minute, okay? All right.
You're going bye-bye?
No, I'm not going bye-bye, honey. I'll be up there in a minute. That's my little boss right there, y'all. So anyway, Nick, yes, with the liens, it just depends on the lien. If it's a tax lien, though, you're gonna have to pay that. Uncle Sam's coming to get that money, man. But you can usually negotiate liens for pennies on the dollar, because if they're in second place or more, if they're not in first place, they could stand to get nothing if that house gets foreclosed on. All right. So Janice Rivera, what's good? Okay, you live in Florida. All right, all right. You down there in that sunny weather, man. I'm up here in Iowa. It's sunny right now, but ooh, when that wintertime comes, oh man, I'm gonna be crying around. So regarding liens, I know it's legal to go after them, pay taxes, file quiet title, etc. But is it ethical? I don't know what you mean, Nick. Like, what do you mean go after them? I'm not understanding. And then file a quiet title. I mean, filing a quiet title is you're basically, it's a quiet title action, right? So you are quieting other people that are on that title, that you're saying that they don't have right to that title. That's what filing a quiet title action is. Nick says, how is a sandwich lease different from a subject to then? So with the sandwich lease option, right? One, we are not getting that deed transferred to us. With a sandwich lease option, we're telling the seller that we will pay you. We tell them an overall price that we'll pay them, right? We'll just say 100,000 to make it easy. Matter of fact, let me take it on back to the trusty board here, my dry erase board. Y'all like my technology now? Your boy in here trying to make major moves for you. Major moves. Okay. All right, guys. Nick asked what the difference between a sandwich lease option and a subject to is. All right. Now, a subject to is we are strictly taking over the existing mortgage. So we might pay them out some of their equity, you know, 5,000-10,000, boom. And then we take over their mortgage. We get the deed transferred to us and we continue to make those mortgage payments. That's it. Now, with a sandwich lease option, we're going to tell the seller the amount that we're going to give them. You know, we'll just say it's 100,000, 100K. We're going to give them 100,000. We're going to give them a $5,000 down payment. 5K down. And we'll pay them $1,000 a month. Now, the caveat to this is this. With a sandwich lease option, we're telling them that we're going to pay them this $1,000 a month for 3 years. Option. That's called an option. That's why they call it a sandwich lease option, because on that third year, we've got to pay them what we have remaining on this $100,000 balance. So I like to do no interest on that, right? So we won't get the deed transferred to us, Nick, until we exercise this option. All right. That is when, and you don't record any of those documents. Those documents are not recorded. You will get them notarized. You will get them notarized, but you will not record those documents. Okay. So I hope that that answered your question, man. Dude, what, you get over your fear of calling for sale by owners? Well, I wouldn't even call. I didn't, dude. I mean, my first house that I bought subject to was a FISBO. It was a for sale by owner. But dude, I'm going after all off market deals now. If it's for sale, I don't want it. Right? I mean, I'll take it, but I'm not going after it. Listen, if you call FISBOs, Nick, make sure they've been on the market for at least 60 or more days, because that means there's a problem for you to solve. All right, problem for you to solve. Mm, great question, Janice. So I never, and I mean I never recommend letting the seller stay in the house. We are buying that property, so they are moving out. They are moving on. We are solving some sort of problem for them. Either they have to sell and they don't have the money to make the repairs, or pay the they don't have enough equity to pay the realtor fees, whatever it may be. All right, but they have to move. Right, that's part of the agreement. We are buying that property from them now. In a lot of instances, Janice, we will pay the seller out some of their equity, right? 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is, but we want to find out again what their problem is, and then what is their goal, right? Because with their goal, that's how we're going to figure out how much we need to pay them, if anything. All right. So they will move out and you put a new buyer in there. Okay. And I like to use tenant buyers. So rent to own is what a tenant buyer is. That those rent to own payments, they pay the mortgage that you took over. And then we get a non-refundable down payment from our rent to own buyers. All right. So whatever, a couple weeks ago, I got a $40,000 down payment. So you take out of that down payment, you take the amount that you promised to pay your seller, 5, 10, 15,000, whatever it was. You take that and you pay your seller, and then you get to keep the rest. And then your rent to own person, they're going to be paying you more than whatever that mortgage payment is each month. So now you get to keep the spread. That's your monthly cash flow. Best part is, with the tenant buyer, you're not responsible for the maintenance and repairs. So it's glorious. Oh, you guys say goodnight to my baby. Hey, thanks, Janice. Hey, all right, Ronnie. Thank you, man. She loves it. Okay. Oh, that's what's up, homie. Salute, Jay Parker. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You see me on my mentor Chris Haskins show. Then I just did a interview on Jamel Gibbs show as well, on his YouTube and then on his podcast, man. We go super hard with this. This stuff is life changing, guys. Jay Parker mentions Chris Haskins. That is my mentor. He's the one who introduced me to this knowledge. Now I've taken it and I put in my spin on a transaction that I do. I call it the wholesale and hold method, and I know for a fact nobody on the market is doing this, or in the industry I should say, is doing it like we do it. When I buy on contract, guys, since I'm solving a problem, I'm buying on contract, right? So it's rent to own, but I also get power of attorney when I'm buying on contract. Like that doctor, the house I just bought. Yeah, I'm her power of attorney. What, dude? Yeah, limited power of attorney for that property, but yet and still, I'm the doctor's power of attorney. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, Nick, I think you might be misunderstanding the lien process a little bit, man, and I'll try to make some videos on that for you, dude. Lafayette, Louisiana, a property I'm taking over subject to. The guy and his wife are divorced, but he is behind 30K. We stopped the foreclosure for now, but I'm having trouble getting the modification. Whoa. Slow down, Jay Parker. Slow down a minute. Hold on a second, man. I'm going to give you a high level tip right here now. Don't get a modification yet. All right. That's not your first option. And you shouldn't be having too much trouble getting that modification either. But you want to get a forbearance first. Okay. Get a forbearance first. That'll give you a lot more time. And you have a legal right to a forbearance. All you've got to do is request it. Okay. That's it. You request the forbearance because of the CARES Act, you will get that thing, dude. On the house that I just got the $40,000 down payment on, dude, I got a 2-year forbearance on that thing, man. I ain't paid a mortgage payment yet and still got a ways to go. The bank is Wells Fargo. It doesn't matter what bank it is, man. Because in the 1980s, the federal government made the banks set up loss mitigation departments. That's where modifications came in. All right. So, but you got to do it in the right order in order to be able to exercise those options. So your first thing that you want to do, Jay Parker, is get a forbearance. All right. Then after that forbearance is up, then you get the loan modification. And dude, you can get that loan mod. You can absolutely get that loan mod. You're going to need proof of the seller's income and things like that. So you need your seller's cooperation in order to do that. But like Jay Parker says here, guys, he has a property he's taken over subject to. The guy and his wife are divorced. Guys, divorces are one of the motivations that we go after. All right. That is one of the motivations that we go after. How do you do virtual real estate? Well, I mean, it's going to be a complex answer, but you're going to need boots on the ground in whatever city that you're in. And all you do is one, you're doing it, you're doing cold calling or text campaign to get your leads. You talk to them, you negotiate with them, you get the house under contract. So you're going to send that DocuSign and get that house under contract. And then whatever type of transaction you do, whether you're sending the papers to the title company or you're buying it on contract, getting it recorded, and then you just market the property. You can market it in the local newspaper, in the Facebook groups in that market. I mean, there's so many ways. And then you can assign that contract, and that's just shuffling paperwork. When you do virtual, Janice, you're just shuffling paperwork. You get the house under contract, then you give yourself 30 days to close at least. You market it, find a buyer, boom, and you make 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. Seller, you, buyer, boom, money. Yes, money. Love it. Is it easier? And is it easier to do virtual real estate? Well, I do both. I just started a text campaign today. I got a mean text campaign with my VAs. My VAs do all the texting, right? And then I just get the warm lead. Once they're warm, we find out what their motivation is, find out what their asking price is, find out what their timetable is, find out the condition of the home. And then they come on the phone with me or my acquisitions manager. And that's how we negotiate the creative financing. So we just started that campaign today, literally today at 4 p.m. And we started in Las Vegas. All right. So I'm going to be doing Las Vegas and Denver, Colorado. So Jay Parker, his income needs to be low for the modification because they modify it. See, if he fell behind, right, it's because something happened with the income. They don't have the income to pay it. So being that a loan modification is part of the loss mitigation options, that his income needs to be low so that they will modify the new mortgage, and they'll put like a lot of that mortgage on the back end, and they'll just make that mortgage longer. They can go out to like 40 years now on a loan mod. So we want his income to be lower. He already has the mortgage. He was already approved for the mortgage. You know what I mean? So, hey, they're going to have a non-performing asset on their books if they can't get that loan mod. But this is what you do, Jay. This is what you do, broski. You just put a tenant buyer in that house, and whatever they're behind. Oh, them dirty dogs. I see, Jay. Them dirty dogs. Ooh wee. And see, I don't know if you can even get that forbearance now because you went after the loan mod first. Because if you do it out of order, sometimes you don't get to exercise those options that you skipped. But all you got to do, man, for a loan modification is just request it, dude. I mean, not a loan mod, I'm sorry, for a forbearance. You just request it, man. Just request it. Now, this is the thing. How much are they behind? All right, because you just want to find a buyer with a big enough down payment to catch up those back payments. Reinstate that mortgage. That's what you're going to do. You're going to reinstate it. All right. You are going to reinstate that mortgage, and reinstating it means you're just catching up the back payments. That's it. Does the subject to masterclass include more than just the documents? I got the docs, but think I might need more help with finding my first deal. So my finding prospects research method is in there, and then I talk about how to find deals on the video. So I talk about how to find deals on that video, Nick. There's a lot of ways, man. Like you can look at the divorce list. You can go look at the eviction notices list. Those are tired landlords. You can look up the sheriff's auction. You just put the name of your county and then put sheriff's auction or sheriff's sale in Google, hit search. You're gonna have to follow some breadcrumbs on that because there's gonna be paid websites and stuff that come up. But you want to make sure it's a government website so you can get that information for free. But and then my finding prospects research method is in there, man. Just follow that, dude. It's that document is freaking priceless, man. Priceless. If Nick, if you only went over that video once, man, you got to get on it, dude. Like you definitely gonna have to go over it more than once. Janice says, I've had my business active, not for a few months. I want to add people to my business, but I'll be so afraid of people doing me dirty. How did you build your team? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Janice. Now, woo, building your team, that is a chore. And guys, hey guys, don't forget, hit that like button for your boy. If you feel like I brought you some value tonight, consider subscribing to my channel, man. I'm giving y'all the game, man. Y'all see my little, this is We Buy Houses and Help People, man. This is my logo. That thing goes hard. But hey, consider subscribing to my channel. So building your team, I mean, there is no science to it, Janice. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a thousand with you. It's really, hit and miss. Like you're gonna go through some people because people lie to you. Um, People's true colors come out after time. People think their way is better than your way. I mean, it just is a lot of shit with that. And I've been through a lot of people. I've been through a lot of people to build my team up. What it is, Janice, is you want to have systems. Your systems actually run your business. Your systems, you got to build the business first. You got to do the boring stuff. Do the boring stuff first. That is building the business because your systems run your business. So then you just plug a person into that system. If they're sick, they quit, whatever, you can plug somebody else in, find somebody else, plug them into that system, and they follow those steps. That way, your business is not dependent upon you, right? Then, if your business depends on you solely, you're not a business owner, you're a business employee. So you got to have them systems in place. And that's the thing, like this is the thing too, right? About uh needing a mentor. All right. One, all the greats have coaches, have mentors, man. Kobe Bryant, freaking Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to have a great mentor. My mentors have mentors. My mentor, Lou Brown, man, who started this strategy, started it. He's got mentors, man. Now, his mentors is woo, man. What? I wish I could be in the same room with them. Holy shit. But you've got to have a mentor because that is going to kill that learning curve, man. It's going to make that learning curve shorter because of the nuance, the subtleties, the things you don't understand, the questions that you can ask, right? I mean, I remember I didn't have a mentor for the longest time, and I got my first subject too without a mentor, which was crazy. I didn't know how to insure it. I had to chase Chris Haskins down on his lives for 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks to figure out how to insure my subject to. 3 weeks. I had that thing for 3 weeks without insurance on it, man. Crazy. Oh, Janice, that sucks, man. That really sucks. I'm sorry for that. That sucks, man. People are dirty. But I'll tell you this, man. That person who did that to you, they'll never have happiness. Never. I don't give a damn how much material shit they have or whatever. They will never have happiness because of that shady shit, man. You do people bogus. I don't care what material things you have. That doesn't mean you're happy. I'd rather have peace of mind over material shit all day, all day. But you can make them sign a service agreement. All right. And in that service agreement, you're going to have non-compete clauses in there, right? You're going to have that intellectual property clauses about your systems and things like that. They can't turn around and go use those, go sell those, none of that. And if they do, guess what? You can sue their asses and put liens on their houses, on their property, all that shit. I'll tear boy, let me chill now, but I'll tear somebody ass up. I would tear their ass up, man. They try to steal mine. I'm coming. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you in the courtroom. Yeah, I'm coming to get. I want it all too. Man, that sucks, Janice. Jade. Hi, I'm located in Louisiana as well. All right. I have a property in LaPlace hit by Hurricane Ida. I am wholesaling, but my business partner and I are running into roadblocks finding more investors. Quick tip. I don't know how big that city is, Jade, but go look up your Section 8 landlords. Section 8 landlords. But you're wholesaling it, so it's a different type of trans. See, I don't like to wholesale, but I will. But yeah, Section 8 landlords, that's an instant buyers list. Instant. Janet Jay says, yeah, it's shady out here. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. I have another one in pre-foreclosure auction is in October. After I get limited power of attorney, can I request the forbearance? She wants 10K to move to Florida behind 31K, 101 left on the loan, ARV at 180. Yeah, it depends on the repairs, man. If the ARV is 180, how much do you need for the repairs? But absolutely, you can request that. I would wait till you got control of that property before requesting that forbearance, but 110% you can request that forbearance. Hell yeah, you can, dude. That's what I do. Shit, when I can, right? When it's available. Absolutely. But that house cannot be vacant. All right. It cannot be vacant. So I'll take one more question, guys, and I gotta get up out of here. Janice Rivera says, I do have a mentor. I have Noel Randall, but coaching, but I feel like I learn better doing it together, hands-on projects, if that makes sense. Absolutely, 110%, that makes sense. That's why, like, with my mentorship program, we actually do transaction assistance. So when you're in the midst of a transaction, you can use me and my team, right? And then we help you, go through the paperwork, all that good stuff, because that's how you're going to learn in the field. No, I totally get that, Janice. But it's good that you have a mentor, and I know who Noelle Randall is, and she is super smart, man, super good at what she does too. So that's dope. You know what I mean? But I don't know about her program, so I can't really, speak on that. I can only speak on my program and the 7 steps to becoming the bank and the go-getter family. See, this is the thing with us, right? I've got my team, my two executive coaches, Coach Nye and Coach India, where all of my students, they go to a student success meeting every Sunday, and that's with Coach Nyla. Right. And that's for accountability check-ins. They go over some mindset things to keep that momentum, man. We want that financial momentum going, going, going. And we want to be around people, a group of like-minded individuals, man, with that energy that is headed towards the same objective, because it might sound mystical or whatever, but that is huge to our success. Then all of my one-on-one students, I obviously meet with my one-on-one students one time a week, but I allow my one-on-one students to also come to our group coaching sessions on Wednesday nights. Right. So you come to the group coaching, you're getting the knowledge. Boom, you can bring your deal to the group coaching and we can go over that. And then you got the one-on-one sessions. I mean, it's a robust system because I want y'all to be successful. Once you become a member of the Go Getter family, your success is now my responsibility. And I mean, can you imagine being a member of a group like that? Right? We got our student success meetings on Sunday. There's camaraderie. You're networking, man. You're meeting each other outside of the group, and it's just that good energy and it's encouragement. It's also accountability and constructive criticism that's coming from a place of love because we want everybody to get better. So if we see something you're doing that you could be doing better, we're going to let you know that. But you on the receiving end, that it's coming from this place of love, right? Because we're all out for the same thing. Man, I freaking love the Go Getter family. I do, man. I do. Um, Jay Parker says, hey, liked and subscribe, bro. Okay. I got me a new subscriber. That's what's up. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Felt like I brought some value. I like that. So, guys, I hope that I brought you some value tonight, that you saw the different types of transactions that I talked about, right? Subject to is one type, sandwich lease options another, and then you've got a land contract. That is another, which land contract is a contract for deed, agreement for deed, installment land contract. It goes by different names, but it's the same thing. Then there's a few more, man. And then you can mix and match these things. That's why this is so powerful, because you have all those tools in your tool belt that you can use. You know what I mean? You're not just stuck with one strategy. Like I had Jade on here, and Jade, I'm not picking on you, but Jay said that she's wholesaling a deal and she's having a tough time finding a buyer. Well, you only have one strategy, So now you've got to get, sorry guys, you've got to get a certain amount for that deal. You got to get a certain amount for that deal. And you only have the one tool. With the way that we buy with creative financing and subject to, oh my goodness, dude, there is just so many ways so many exit strategies, so many dispositions, right? Like on Jay's deal, he said that person is 30,000 behind. Well, guys, I just got a $40,000 down payment a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So if I had somebody that was 30 behind, I got a $40,000 down payment. Guess what? I'm taking 30 out of that and I'm catching up those back payments. Boom. I get to put the 10 in my pocket. Then I'm getting monthly rent to own payments. Those monthly rent to own payments, I'm going to take the mortgage out of that. I'm going to pay the mortgage company and I get to keep the spread. That's my monthly passive income. And the best part is, again, guys, we're not responsible for the maintenance and repairs because our buyer is a tenant buyer. It's rent to own, rent to own. So, hey, we go hard, man. We go hard. I definitely want to be a part of the family as well. I just got to get some deals first to afford it. You know what? That reminds me. I don't even be thinking of this stuff, man, because I'm a yeah, I'm an investor. I like to buy houses, you know what I mean? But I feel it's my duty to teach you guys this stuff because this information, it is for the everyday hardworking people. And they tried to bury this stuff, man. They try to bury it so that we won't have access to it and we won't use it. And I mean, that shit ain't cool. So what I've done is I went out, man, and I searched and I searched and I searched because I get a lot of people that will hit me up. I get a lot of people that will hit me up and they'll hit me up and they want to be a part of the Go Getter family and they want to get in my mentorship, but they can't afford it. And I understand because I remember when I got my first mentor that I paid for, I spent all of my money in my bank account besides $500. I maxed out my credit cards and I borrowed money from two friends. From two friends. But I'll tell you this, without that mentor, without that knowledge, I would not be where I am right now. I would not have just gotten back from a week-long trip to Mexico with my entire family. I wouldn't have. You know what I mean? So my program, right? It is a 6-month mentorship. What I've done is I went out and I paid a company, man. I searched and I found them and I paid them a lot of money to be in-house financing company. All right. So we will finance you for the program. And there's a 6 month, same as cash. The payments can be as low as 333 per month. So check this out. Because I know when I paid the 12,500 for this program that I got, it was a 90-day program. I went through the 90 days and I didn't make the money that I was projected to make even in that 90 days. But when I got to that fourth month, it was a little over the fourth month after I had paid for that, the floodgates opened. Oh my God, guys. The floodgates open. And I got receipts. I'm not even tripping, dude. Like January, I made $70,000. 70,000 in January. The first, what was it, 9 days of February? I made $38,000, guys. I show my receipts. I'm not even tripping, dude. Like, I got them. So, um, the thing is, if we provide this in-house financing, if you can get it for as low as 333 a month, instead of having to pay that whole chunk, you make those monthly payments. But then it's on you to put in the work, to be committed, to devour this knowledge that you're getting, and then to take action and to implement it. That way, that whole amount for the mentorship will never even come out of your pocket because you got it financed, you made the monthly payments while you were learning, you got that information, you implemented, you took action, you got a house and you got paid. Boom. You got paid, man. That is what the wealthy do. See, this is what a lot of people don't get, right? The difference between the wealthy and the poor is this. And I was poor my whole life, dude. Like, man, what? My fucking dad died on the job, a construction job site, man. Like, worked construction my whole life, man. So I'm not like talking about poor people. No, that's me. Those are my people. But we have to change. We have to change. The difference between the poor and the wealthy is this: when a poor person hears something, they hear the cost of that thing, how much it costs, the first thing that we think about is, oh man, that's a lot of money. I'm gonna have to work, 40 hours to get that, or that's 2 weeks of pay right there to get that. No, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait until I'm in a better position to do that. But at the same time, though, at the same time, what us poor people will do is go out and spend 250 fucking dollars on some Jordans, or go out and spend $300 on a purse, man, because we're putting more value in things than we put in ourselves. And it's sad, man. It's a learned behavior, right? But what the wealthy do, on the other hand, because the wealthy understand that knowledge, first off, is going to give them the ability to leverage other people's time so that they can get their time back, man. That's what wealth is, right? And money gives you the options to have control of your time. Trust me, I understand that. I know, because now I have control of my time when I didn't for most of my life. But the difference between the poor and the wealthy is this: when a wealthy person hears something, and it costs a lot, but they see the value in it. They see that whatever this thing is, whatever this service is, whatever this product is, it is going to be a game changer for them, right? So, so what they do is they say, "All right, what do I need to do to pay for this thing? Do I need to put 5,000 of it on my credit card over here and then 5,000 on this credit card? And then I make my monthly payment on that card for 3 months?" Right? I got to say I got a monthly payment of 500 bucks for 3 months. That's $1,500 on a $10,000 program for 3 months. During that 3 months, I'm going to take this knowledge. I'm going to soak it in, man. I'm going to live and breathe this stuff every day because I know that this is the keys to the kingdom. So I'm going to take this knowledge. I'm going to be part of this community. I'm going to take the tools that they give me, the tactics, the strategies, and I'm going to implement it. That way, on that third month, after I paid those 3 months of credit card payments on that third month, I'm going to have my first property, or I'm going to have whatever it is that this product or service provides. They leverage their credit, other people's money, OPM. Why wouldn't you? Man, if I could have paid that, listen, I knew that that program that I paid the $12,500 for, I knew. Oh my God, I knew that it was it, man. I knew it. I'm getting goosebumps right now, man, because I remember when I told my fiance that I was like, you know what? I'm getting this. Like, I'm gonna pay for this service. And she's like, what? You're not even getting anything because it wasn't anything tangible, guys. It was information, knowledge, processes. But I knew I needed that knowledge. I knew that it was gonna take me to the next level. And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Baby, this stuff will pay me for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Don't you believe in me?" Because I knew what I was gonna do with the knowledge. I knew what I was gonna do with the knowledge. And I was still partially in a poor people mindset, man. I'm not afraid to admit that because I was scared. I was. Because I spent everything that I had, man. I maxed out my credit cards and I borrowed money from 2 friends. I found out that some other people weren't friends of mine because they were trying to cozy up to me because I could get these houses by becoming the bank without credit checks and stuff like that. But as soon as I told them I needed to borrow some money and I'd pay them back this amount, right? They were going to make money and everything. Dude, it was crickets. One of them stopped answering my phone calls. The other one didn't text me back. Man, I'm like, bet. I'm glad I found that out though, because they're kicking themselves in the ass right now. So I felt that it was my duty to go out and find some financing, man, because that's what people kept asking. Is there a payment plan? Can we do financing? You know what I mean? So I found a financing company, man. And these people that one, you don't even have to have a job. You don't even have to have a job, right? I don't know what their qualifications are, but I know you can get approved with no job, credit score as low as 600, and they've got a 6 month same as cash program. Boom. You can get payments as low as 333 a month, man. Shit. If I could have got them payments for 333 a month when I spent that fucking 12.5, dude, I wouldn't have been walking a tightrope. I was walking a tightrope the entire 3 months. I'm talking about a tightrope, man. Oh my God. But I'm glad that I did because God gives us difficult times and challenges as a gift to refine us, man, to make sure that we are committed and we'll make the necessary sacrifices to get to our goal. So without those difficult times, man, without walking that tightrope, I would not be where I'm at right now, man. I got a picture right here, man, sitting on my damn, this thing heavy. This thing heavy. Picture right here, man, sitting on my desk. Me and my family in Cancun. Can y'all see that? In Cancun, man, for a week. For an entire week, man. And I hadn't seen a beach until I was 41 years old. 41 years old. I didn't see a beach, man. On my 41st birthday. My daughter was 3 years old the first time she saw a beach, and she saw a beach outside of the country. Now that is breaking generational chains, man. Straight up. That is breaking generational chains. I just told y'all, man, that my dad died on the job working construction, man. What the fuck, dude? Like, I'm not telling y'all that to feel sorry for me. I'm telling y'all that one because it's a fact. And I'm also telling y'all that because we don't have to live that way no more. We don't. But we can't expect something to be great and be free. If something great was free, man, motherfuckers would just give shit away, dude. Like, here, yeah, you can have it. I don't give a shit about it here. It's free. I don't care. That's how it goes when something's free. But shit that is of value, shit that is gonna help you, one, they try to bury that knowledge away so that we can't find it. Then two, when that knowledge is found and put together into a system, it costs money, man, because people put time, effort, energy, man, made sacrifices, commitment into getting that shit together. So I want to pay because I feel like if I don't pay and a person doesn't try to charge me a lot, it ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. So I've got a scholarship program, man, that I'm starting too, where you can get because the price just went up. I ain't even gonna lie. Price just went up, but I've got a scholarship program for those that qualify, man. And I ain't gonna lie, most people will qualify, man, because I'm just that type of dude. All right. But hey, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys dropping in, man, and kicking it with me, letting me pour into you. Right. People be like, oh, like a YouTuber or whatever, social media influencer, like they're just like we're just giving, giving, giving. No, man, like me pouring into y'all, that's therapeutic for me. That's therapeutic for me, man. So I appreciate you guys coming on here, listening to me. And I hope that, I'm able to give you guys some nuggets, some gems that you can use and apply to your everyday life so that you can be where you want to be. Listen to me. If you're not at where you want to be at in life, well, you've got to change something because we this is what my new one of my new guys is right now, and he's going to be my mentor soon. His name is Myron Golden, right? And he says this, right? He says that all of us are giving 100% of what we got where we're at right now. We are giving 100% of what we got because we have to become the person before we can actually get the result. All right. We have to become the person before we can get the result that we want. So, what we have right now in life, where we are at right now in life, we are given 100% of everything we got until we become that next person. That's when we will grow. So you have to be that person first. You have to know that you will get to your goals, know that you will achieve it, know that you will come up against obstacles. That is just the nature of things, but understand that that obstacle is actually there to refine you. Without that obstacle, what will you do? How will you react when adversity comes? Are you going to buckle? I don't know, right? If you've never had adversity, I don't know how you're going to react, right? But shit, everybody who rocks with me, they know how I'm coming when adversity hits. They know I'm not stopping. Persistence, guys. Persistence. Be committed and be proud of your commitment. Damn the results, right? The results will come if you are committed. If you are proud of your commitment, if you say to yourself, you know what, Gene? You said that you were going to do cold calling for 3 hours yesterday, and you did it. You said that you were going to do some lead generation today for 2 hours, and you did it. I'm proud of you, Gene. You say that to yourself. I'm proud of you, Gene, because you said you were going to do it, and you did it. You might not have got a property, all right, on them cold callings. You didn't get any contract signed, but so what? You want to know why? Because you were making it further in those conversations. So you were getting better. So I'm proud of you, Gene, for your commitment and your consistency. And if you continually do that, the results, man, the good results are a natural side effect, guys. Natural. So, y'all, I appreciate you guys popping in, man. Man, I was going in on y'all, man. I was going in. Hey, I appreciate that, Janice. I appreciate that. I hope I see you in the Go Getter family, soon. I know you're gonna make it over this way. You right. Ricio, that's my homie right there. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's right, Janice. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we gonna, you know, to me, right? To me, um, it's not about the money. And I tell my students this too, right? It's not about the money, it's about having an impact on others, a positive impact. A person, Janice, should always be better off because they met us. They should be better off in some way, shape, or form, right? They don't have to be better off money wise. Maybe they were down and out, man, and we were able to put a smile on their face. Maybe we were able to change their perception of a situation. So they are better off because they met us. And if we can have a positive impact on others, uplift others, our cup will overflow. Our cups will absolutely overflow. That's why I love the real estate that I do, because we're solving these people's problems. Just like with Jay, and I don't know if he's on here still or not, but Jay has that person that is in foreclosure. And the guy is going through a divorce and is $30,000 behind. You know what I mean? But he is going in there and solving their problem. If you can go in there and solve a person's problem and have on the front of your mind, how can I get this person to their goal? What do I need to do to get them to their goal? In the end, that is what will get you to your goal. I'm telling you. Straight up. Nick says, ever read Shaq's life story and success? It's inspiring. I haven't, man. I do need to check that out though, Nick. That's a good suggestion, man. Thanks for that. For sure. Ricio says, yeah, definitely a billionaire chat. Hey, for sure, man. And we talking about some money making things. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all too. Boop, boop, boop. That reminds me, Ricio. So for those of you guys that are new, I've set up an affiliate program. All right. And with the affiliate program, the link is in the description here. Okay, on this video, you go in there and you can sign up to be a Go Getter affiliate. What that means is you will get a personalized link to my buying free foreclosure course. And to be an affiliate, it's free. It don't cost you a thing. You get a personalized link for somebody to buy. You place that link somewhere, somebody can click that link and buy my buying free foreclosures course for $97. Well, anytime somebody buys from that link, you will get 50% of that. You get half. This is the way people will buy that course because that is a very popular course of mine. All you do is you go to my TikTok, you save one of my videos, the popular ones, and then you save it to your phone. All right. So you click the three little buttons on the bottom right, you tap that, and then you're going to tap save video. It'll save to your phone and you repost that on your TikTok, or you create a TikTok and you repost my popular videos. And then you put that link in the profile. When somebody clicks on that link and buys that course, you get 50% right away, man. So I'm giving you guys a way to make money, giving you a way to make money. And as my gift to y'all, man, I damn near forgot about this too. As my gift to you guys, I'm giving you 50% off all of my courses and contracts, and I left the link in the description, man. I damn near forgot about that because I want y'all to win, man. I want y'all to win. All right. So my buying free foreclosures course is in there, my becoming the bank training, and my subject to masterclass. All right. It's in the link in the description. So there's a lot of different ways, man, that I'm trying to get you guys to be able to get that financial freedom, to stop selling your time. If you become an affiliate, you will, and you start posting a lot of my videos, because we're all always on our phone, man. We're all always like this. You know what I mean? You can just be posting some freaking videos on TikTok of mine that I've already made, that have had millions of views, and then you'll be chilling and get notifications on your phone of your PayPal account getting money in it, and you're just chilling. That's passive income, guys. So, hey, man, hey, I love y'all. I really do, man. Y'all are the dopest, man. Y'all are the dopest. So, guys, Guys, I got to get up out of here, man. I've been on here too long tonight. I didn't plan on being on this long, but we was having a great conversation. So I appreciate you guys. And again, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Academy, where I teach you guys to become the bank and to buy investment properties with little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks. This is the right way to do real estate. All right. But don't forget, hit that like button. And if you feel like I brought you some value and you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. Or you can just be a player about it. You know what I mean? And subscribe to your boy's channel. So I'm out of here. Till next time, y'all. Let's get to it.
I'm a go-getter.